East Van EP, 4 short games made over the years by one developer. I love the idea that this developer decided to call it an EP. Whenever someone decides to make something and release it in a style of like an album or whatever, it hits sort of like a warm place in my heart. Like how Samurai Champloo, that's a 16 episode show with 2 halves, 8 tracks on side A and 8 tracks on side B. Anyway, enough about me being all about music allegories. East Van EP is, like I said, 4 games made by one developer. The itch page says that the 4 games are Oracle, in all caps, Summon the Apgrod, Summon the Apgrod, Star Swim, and Scary Tapes. The last one is still in the works and will be automatically included in this bundle after it's done. The first game I played was Star Swim. You start the game sitting in this car and the camera does this like eye opening thing where you can like see the lids of your eyelid blink as they're opening. You wake up behind the wheel of a parked car. You hit any key to get out of the car, the camera blinks, and then when you open your eyes, you're standing next to the car. So you're in this little parking space in the middle of this road that leads back behind the car. Your headlights illuminate a clear path into the woods, and you see this like porch light in the distance. From the get-go, I was down with this art style. Just looking at the trees, I fell in love with the low poly design of the world. Their trees look rough and bumpy in a cool 3D rendered style. It would have looked like absolute garbage if they just turned the trees into basic lopsided circles and cones for the pine trees, but they didn't. They messed it up a little and gave them some character in their own style that, in my opinion, makes it look a lot better. The car is also super low poly, but there are tons of low poly cars out there. It's nothing that really, wows me. I just don't know what it is about these trees that I love them so much. So after looking at all these trees, I looked up and I saw that the stars were like slightly moving in the sky slowly to give you that feeling that the world is slowly spinning. And everything in this clearing is fairly well illuminated. It must be a really bright, holy crap, will you look at that moon. The moon is huge. It's so big and lumpy and green, and the light that it's giving off is really weird. The clouds almost look like they're pulsing around it. It's like, it just lights up everything. It's so cool. I've never seen a moon in a video game feel like its own character before. Well, ignoring Majora's Mask. I love it. I was down to living in this world more and more. Just getting out of the car and seeing such a crazy art style set me in like the best mood of any of these games. I loved it. I was ready to go take a swim or whatever this game is about. So the developer definitely did the right thing, with this game starting you off looking forward to where you need to go, pointing the car's headlights at the building you need to go to, and put a light on the side of the building exactly where you want to go. Super smart. This developer gets it. Part of me wanted to go and turn around and go check out what's down the road from where I assume the car came from, but that's going to have to be something for another time. Walking towards the light, there's this hard-soled shoe on a hard floor sound that follows you everywhere. It's a great ad, but when I'm walking around on dirt, and then later other surfaces, it's not like world-breaking, because honestly, I wasn't transported into the game yet. Like those moments when you're not seeing the frame of a game, or you're not focusing on looking around the TV when you're watching like a movie or something. You're just plugged in. I wasn't at that point yet, so it didn't like rip me out of the experience. So you're walking towards this pool house or office storage building thing. I don't know, it's kind of all in one. It's like it's the building that is next to like a community pool. You walk through a open gate and into the storage area, pool noodles, floater rings. Up the stairs, there's an office thing with filing cabinets, a cot, some chairs, other things, and a TV only playing a dial tone. Also a still lit cigarette. Interesting. A still lit cigarette. And on this TV, my interests are piqued, developer. Let's see what comes next. What comes next is me listening to the same hard-souled footsteps for another 15 minutes as I walk around this pool trying to figure out what the heck is going on in this game. I go down from the office to the poolside, the lights flicker on, and there's records room with a table and a star map next to a telescope pointed out to the sky inside of a room. The light on the desk shows a map of the stars, and on the opposite walls are some buckets of pool chemicals and a lifesaver ring. First thing that pops into my head is that whoever's looking through this telescope isn't going to be able to see anything. With the light that's on the table shining and lighting up this room a little bit, the glares are probably going to be a huge problem on the actual glass that they're trying to look out through. You want to move that telescope to outside so that way you don't have to worry about these things. But it kind of all doesn't matter, because this entire time, whenever I'm looking at something, I'm just hitting E all over the place, just tapping it constantly, being like, okay, is there anything in this game that I can actually interact with? Can I hold anything? Can I pick up anything? Can I move anything? Long story short, nothing. You can't turn off the TV, you can't rummage through the filing cabinets, you can't pick up the pool noodles, nothing. You're so back outside to go walk around the pool, and I'll try to see what else I can do. Walking around the pool, nothing. Anything outside the fence? Nothing. Okay, let's get into the pool. Oh hey, look at that. The hard sole shoot sound continues. It doesn't change at all, even when you're underwater. Nothing is muffled or does anything like that. In the pool, there's these floaties and a ring floaty, and okay, I guess when you bump into them, they kind of float away. All right, I guess, cool. Other than that, the pool is pretty empty. There's this black spot at the deep end, like there was a drain or something. You know how pools have that drain in the deep end that definitely lets out a shark that's definitely going to eat you? You know, that feeling that we all have as a kid, that there's definitely a shark and it's definitely going to eat you, right? No? Well, all right, I guess that's just me. So the dark spot is just some weird dark spot. It's almost like it's meant to bend down a little, like bend and warp in the ground. But I feel like the world is so low poly that it doesn't need it. Like there's no drain covers on the side of the pool that, you know, flap open and out whenever there's waves in the pool, or those little filter port thingies on the actual deck that are sort of surface mounted. You know, it doesn't have all of these things. So it's kind of weird that this dark spot is supposed to be there when it's the only like functional part of the pool that's supposed to be recreated in this low poly space. I don't know. It's just a weird thing. Oh well. So there's nothing. The floaties float, the pool goes splishy splashy, the TV is still going, and nothing has moved. I can still get to the car again. What else is in this world? Well, going in any direction for too long, your camera does the blink thing, and you're back standing next to the car. Okay, so it's back to the pool. Clicking on everything, jumping on everything, nothing. I can't touch the noodles, I can't touch the chairs. They're all doing nothing. Okay, this is a little frustrating. There has to be more than this. It has to be. The developer wouldn't just make a pool and then sold this in 3 other games for $10. That would be a bad joke. Wait, I didn't jump off the diving board. And the diving board is right over that dark spot. Okay, I'll go do that. Okay, I line myself up with the pool, I line myself up with the dark spot, and nothing. Nothing happens. You float to the bottom and you stand there like an idiot. This pool is this pool is nothing. It's all you. You're alone. You're yourself. You're at night. It's in the middle of nowhere, and the only thing you can do is this. Look at the huge freaking moon. All right, fine. Forget this. I'm looking it up. There's no forums or discussion on the itch page. There's a video on YouTube by this couple. Okay, yada yada yada. They go to the pool, they do the thing, and they're pushing the globe. Right, I didn't play with the globe. Oh, okay. Oh, I thought it was just a beach ball. All right, so I go back to the beach ball, and it looks like, okay, they push the globe into the shallow side. Okay, that's it. That's it. I'm not going to tell you what happens. That you just need to go play the game for yourself. That is the key that sort of opens everything up, and I'm not going to spoil what happens at the end of the game. That's for you to experience. So like I said, I'm not going to give away the end of the game. So after a while, the game just turns itself off, and you're done. There's nothing going on. You're returned back to the desktop, and you're just sitting there like, okay, all right, let's go check out the next game, I guess. And that's it. There's only the one game so far. So this is where everything kind of breaks down a little bit. So when you download the game, it downloads the zip file and it installs it, and everything's perfectly fine. When you launch the game, it's just one hub window that you can adjust a couple of settings and then load the actual game. But from that hub window, there's not like a selection that you're able to make. There's nothing like, okay, select this one and then select this one. There's nothing. It just takes you right back to StarSwim. Okay, and I'm at the point right now where I've downloaded enough things from itch.io to understand that sometimes there's multiple things that come with the game, so to speak. It's sort of one of these things that like in some tabletop RPG games, it's like, okay, here's the core rule book, and then here's another PDF about character sheets and card templates or other accoutrements that go with the core rule. When I go back into the settings, it's like, okay, well, there's only the one thing that it downloads. It's the one zip file for this. And like I said, there's no community tab for this game, so it's like, all right, can't do anything else after this. It's like, all right, well, no, I'm serious. This is just the end. It was a cool game and an interesting execution of the ideas, but since I can't get into the other 3 games that come with this, it's all I can say about it. If you know how to unlock the other games in the EP, then feel free to let me know. Or if there are any other games you want me to check out, let me know. Don't forget to do the whole YouTube dance, sub, bell, comment, and in the meantime, I'm going to go check out the pH balance in my pool. Keep digging, folks, and I'll see you